So this afternoon, we're going to do a practice that starts with a restorative pose, and we'll have some active poses, and then we'll go back to a restorative pose. So it'll have kind of a sound wave arc like that to see if we can help the nervous system to get reacquainted with homeostasis. So if you'll take 2 blankets folded like this and lay them down your mat lengthwise. So what I did here is I took a blanket from what some people think of as the storage fold, and then I folded that in half, length to length, like this. So those 2 are stacked together. And then you'll sit in front of, but not on these blankets directly. You have to either work around or wait for the pets. There you go. Now, when you lie back, you're going to feel that first at the lumbar spine and then the sort of mid-back spine and the upper back spine. Take one block and place it under the top blanket, like between the 2 blankets, like this. And then take the shoulders and roll them open. Let's do the palms face up as well. And you can close your eyes and appreciate yourself for making the time for yoga practice. So this is going to be what I call a sound wave practice, where, again, we start with a restorative pose. We're going to do a little bit of active work, and then we're going to come back down to a restorative pose. So where you find yourself right now in this opportunity, let's begin with appreciation. And come into a sense of appreciation for yourself for making the decisions in the course of the day that make it possible for you to be here, to choose this kind of yoga practice. That means that you made enough proactive or positive choices, even if there were difficult ones as well. You made enough choices to be here. Allow the weight of your head to rest against the blanket, supported by the block. And imagine that really from the front of your face towards the back of your head, there's this deep relaxation that we're taking even the senses and turning them more inward. So deeply, deeply relax your eyes and the space between your eyebrows. Relax the corners of your eyes. And the eyelids themselves. Imagine the eyes getting a little bit heavier in their sockets. I sometimes like to say, as if the eyes were 2 setting suns dropping down behind the mountain range of the cheekbones. And relax the nose and the sinuses, and even the space behind your cheekbones. And the nose and the cheeks travel to the inner ears, and invite your ears to relax and turn inward. Imagine the back of your head and especially the base of the skull getting a little heavier on the blanket. Release ever so slightly more, degree by degree. Invite your mind and your head and your senses to be more relaxed. Loosen the hinge of your jaw. Consider relaxing your tongue at the bottom of your mouth. Welcome the neck muscles and your throat muscles to soften, releasing anything that would cause tension there. We can imagine the words we've spoken today and those that we haven't spoken, the foods we've eaten, the foods we've not eaten, the emotions we expressed and those that we did not express. And right now, let's relax about all of that. Allow the throat to be really at ease. Your shoulders to relax back towards the floor. They aren't currently supported directly by the blanket, so let gravity encourage the shoulders to release as the chest and heart open. Release the weight of your arms, the upper arms and elbows. Let your forearms get heavier against the ground. And relax any bits of tension you notice in your hands, your thumbs or your fingers. As you relax your hands and fingers, allow the mind to become even more deeply restful. Your awareness to the upper back where you're touching the blankets. Let's imagine the ribs, the lungs, the heart, the upper back, resting more deeply against the blanket. Travel down to the solar plexus, also called the third chakra. And from the base of the sternum, around the solar plexus and into the floating ribs. Consider releasing the habit of tension. And notice the diaphragm responding. Under the floating ribs there, allow the organs, liver and gallbladder, spleen and pancreas, the stomach. Invite them to deeply relax and to know that you're right here, right now, facing no immediate threat or danger, simply relaxing. Travel down to the belly button and invite there to be ease from the center of the belly button, radiating out into your abdomen. This can be a big invitation, right? If we've had some discomfort or disquiet about our relationship to the belly, this might feel like a big ask. Let's encourage from the center of the belly button, the deep relaxation outwards. Left side waist, right side waist, the back waist, below the navel, just above the navel. Invite this ease now to travel and down into the pelvic basin. So below what you think of as your waist and down into the pelvic bones, the lower belly, the organs of elimination, also the organs of procreation, so uterus, ovaries, and so on. Invite your hips to get heavier against the ground, to be at ease. Invite that ease to travel down your legs. So just take a last minute or two here and let the legs get heavier. Releasing down through your thighs, your kneecaps, your calves and shins, heels and ankles, arches and toes. Now, keeping your body, generally speaking, the whole body relaxed, we're going to move just the arms with the breath. So what happens here is on the inhale, raise both arms up towards the ceiling like you're sleepwalking. And then exhale, reach your arms overhead. Gravity will help you with that. Inhale, raise your arms like sleepwalking. And exhale, lower the arms to where they started. We're going to synchronize this movement with the breath. So inhale smoothly, slowly raise the arms straight up. Exhale, reach overhead. Inhale, raise your arms straight up. And exhale, lower both arms down. Maybe your pace is longer or shorter than mine, so honor that. And please do this one more time, 2 more breath cycles. Then raise up. And exhale, lower down. Now open the arms out into a T shape so that the shoulders roll back and the arms and shoulders are more open. And turn your head as far as it comfortably goes to your right. You can even adjust your head with your hand there. Because you're elevated, the left shoulder is going to drop down towards gravity. So take your right hand and use the back of your wrist on your left temple. And breathe into the left side of your neck. Now, as you keep the head heavy to the right and the support of the right wrist there, start taking the left arm and reach it slowly overhead. And know that what's going to happen here is certain muscles along the side of your neck that you couldn't stretch in the first position are stretching now because you've turned your head. So reach long with your left arm. And then exhale, relax the left arm back down to the floor, maybe about level with the shoulder. Release your right arm to the ground and turn your head to center. And notice what happens to the left side of your face, the left side of your neck, maybe even the right occiput where you were against the blanket on the block. And then turn your head to your left as far as it comfortably goes. Let the right shoulder drop down towards the floor. Bring the back of your left wrist to the outside of your right temple. As you're rotating your head down to the left, you can use the weight of the left hand on your right temple. And smoothly breathe in and reach the right arm overhead towards the wall behind you. If possible, you can straighten your arm from your shoulder to your fingers. There's a muscle between the scapula and the inside of the neck and then up at the base of the skull. It's called levator scapula. It's really hard to get to this muscle, but you might be feeling it right now. And then exhale, relax your right arm down. Okay, roll your head to center. Release the left arm. Okay, and bend both knees. Roll to your right or your left, whichever is more comfortable. You're going to be rolling downhill. So come down. And then press yourself up to sitting. I hope you can feel you have like a new neck and new shoulders. Right. Let's put the 2 blankets aside. And keep both of your blocks. If you're looking at my water glass, that's a lime in the center of my water glass. Those of you who have been watching my classes for the Dia Foundation, you know that the kittens like to drink out of my water glass, but not when there's a lime in there. Okay, please take a wide stance as you come up to standing. And we'll place the 2 blocks for the hands like this. So if you place your legs so that they are 1 leg length wide, and so that's your leg length, and since I'm only 5 feet tall, that's my leg length for each of them. And then when you come down, place your hands on your blocks, and let's bring the torso to kind of level or neutral to the floor. And now as we inhale, I'm going to ask you to open the chest, the heart, and the throat. Bring the chin forward. And then exhale, press into your hands and arms and round your spine like you're doing cat pose. And then inhale and undulate the spine forward. Lift your sitting bones, lengthen the front hemisphere of the body, open your throat. It's like cow pose. And then exhale, press into your arms like cat pose. Once more, inhale the spine forward like you're doing cow pose. Try to move vertebrae by vertebrae, open the throat. And then exhale and press into cat pose. Now, having given the spine a little bit of a warm up, let's walk the blocks forward. Whatever amount of forward is appropriate for you. Walk your blocks forward with your hands on them and reach back with your hips and lengthen the spine. Open the chest and shoulders. Feel into your hips, your legs, your heels. From the center of the pelvis, press firmly down into your legs and your footprints. Make all 5 toes a little more enthusiastic about the floor. And as you breathe in and breathe out, start to make the breath a little bit more robust. So this is like the sound wave part of our practice. We started with the restorative pose. We're going to energize a bit now. So we want the breath, the ujjayi, still to be smooth, but a little more robust. A little more spacious inhale, a little more complete exhale. As you next exhale, take the left hand down and reach across towards your right foot. You can hold your toe, you can hold your ankle, you can hold your shin. Relax your head as you look under your right arm. Let's keep the right arm straight and strong, especially at the shoulder, so there's no sense of hammocking your right armpit towards the floor. And breathe in. You relax the weight of the head as you twist to your right. And then inhale, reach your left hand out over your left block and reach the right arm under to hold your left toe or your left shin or hold on to your pant leg. Relax the weight of your head. As you energize the legs, try to keep both feet grounded. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, rotate to your left as you relax your head. Okay, let's return the right hand to its block. Breathe in. And then exhale, walk your blocks back towards the starting position. Bring your hands up to your hips and rise up to standing. Let's go heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe in, and come to mountain pose. Relax your mind. You might notice what's happening in your face and your senses there. And then turn to face the long side of your yoga mat. I'm going to face this direction because the sun's coming in this way. So if you face the long side of the mat, place your hands on your hips. Place the feet to their hip distance wide or a little bit wider. And breathe in and lift the chest and heart. And then bend both knees. Put your body weight into your right leg primarily and glide the left foot back. So glide it back, place the left big toe, the mount of the big toe, the left inner heel, the entirety of your left foot, and come into the foundation of Warrior One pose. Lift your chest and your heart. And then exhale, bring your torso a little bit forward. Put your weight into your right leg and glide the left foot back up to meet the right foot. Inhale, rise up to stand. So these are some of our dance steps. Let's do the other side. Bend your knees. Put your weight into your left hip and heel and glide the right big toe back, the mount of the big toe, the inner heel, the entire foot. Come into Warrior One with your hips and your legs. And then angle forward and step forward. and rise up to stand. Okay, so those are like little dance steps for us. What I'd like you to consider now is when we take a step like that, we come into a stance, Virabhadrasana 1, it's really a stance of empowerment or strength or stamina. So what might it mean for you? If you place the hands on the hips and ask your body, what quality, what sort of flavor of strength might you want right now? Is it determination? Is it resilience? Is it confidence? Is it stamina? Anything that comes to mind from your body. And let's breathe in, lift the heart with that quality. Bend your knees and glide the left toes back as you exhale. And then inhale, raise your chest and heart up. Steady into your legs as you exhale. And with that quality in your mind, inhale, raise both arms up overhead. Breathe in. Keeping the sense of whatever the quality is for you, stamina, strength, resilience, it's a celebration. As you next inhale, bring your torso forward a little bit like an arrow from your back heel to your fingers. And then step your left foot up to meet your right foot in a right hand chair pose. Inhale, press up to standing. Exhale, hands down to your hips. Bend your knees. Pick up the right foot. Inhale, glide it back. Exhale into the legs. Make the torso more or less vertical. And then inhale, raise that quality up through your whole pose. Lift your gaze a little bit above the horizon so that also reflects the quality that you want to embody right now. And sometimes we have to try on these qualities. They might not feel like they're really present. They might feel like it's in short supply. But try it on for yourself. And as you next inhale, bring the torso forward so it's like a line from your back heel to your fingertips. And then exhale, step into chair pose. Inhale, rise up, look up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Make it a sequence now. Inhale, raise that quality up in your heart, in your mind, in your eyes. Exhale, bend your knees, put your weight into both heels. Put your weight in your right leg. Inhale, glide the left toes back. Exhale, bring your torso and pelvis upright so you're centered. Inhale, lift up and look up. Exhale, bring the torso upright. Let's inhale, bring the torso now to the arrow position from your back heel to your fingertips. And then exhale, step into chair pose. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, raise that quality from your legs to your hips, to your heart, to your eyes. Exhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Put your weight in your left leg. Inhale, glide the right toes back. And exhale, bring your torso upright. Inhale, lift up and look up. And then exhale, torso upright again. Put your gaze forward. As you steady your gaze, inhale the torso partway forward. And exhale, step to chair pose. Inhale, rise up, look up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Mountain pose. What's moving in you there as you come to mountain pose? What is the inner feeling tone? A wide stance on the length of your mat, the long side of your mat. Let's turn the left heel slightly out and the right foot completely out to the right. Okay, keeping the left leg strong and grounded, please bend your right knee. Bring your right forearm down to your right thigh. So this is also a stance of some strength and confidence, so we can use the same quality or let a new one come through. I'd like you to rotate your right hip down, turn the left hip slightly up, rotate through the low belly, the rib cage, the left shoulder, and then inhale, sweep your left arm past your left ear. So it's kind of a gesture here with the left arm. It's like a gesture of aspiration. Root into your left heel. So whatever the left arm reaches towards, there's a place from where you're reaching that's very grounded. Breathe in with great appreciation that your body's even here having this practice. You've made this choice. You're moving circulation and lymph and all the neurochemistry through the body. Do not critique your yoga poses. When you next inhale, I'd like you to raise back up to our starting position. So inhale, left arm near your ear, right arm out, and then both arms can relax down. Let's turn the right foot in and the left foot. So do-si-do. Take the right heel then slightly out to the right. Turn the left foot directly to the left. Bend your left knee. Come down with your left elbow on your left. Low belly, mid torso, chest and heart. Inhale, raise your right arm past your right ear. It is a gesture of aspiration, and we could even say optimism. And it relies on the strength of your right leg. So press back into your right heel, feel the toes there, the mount of the toes. Imagine what you're sort of sending through the body, what your circulation is carrying about for you. Not only in nutrients or neurotransmitters, but also in thoughts, emotions, intentions. And then as you next inhale, raise up with your right arm near your ear. And then relax both feet to parallel, relax both arms, and we're going to go heel toe into mountain pose. And relax both arms once again and stand really still. Take this down to the floor now, make a little home, like a nest for ourselves in the pelvis. What I'd like you to do is find a wall spot. This is going to be my wall spot. You'll be on your back and your legs will come up the wall. And you can see that my legs will not be this tall. They will not make it up to the first photograph there. So come onto your back. And one way to get close enough to the wall to do this is to snuggle yourself first sideways against the wall and then roll onto your back like this. And then place yourself so that your heels are up on the wall and the legs are relatively straight. See, I'm under my photograph. Now let's take the arms out into a T shape or something that's restful in that direction. And then slide the feet down the wall and put the soles of the feet together in what we call Baddha Konasana, like this. And if possible, relax in the deep low belly and let yourself have this inner sense of homecoming. And home. The mind and the breath to come home, not to wander about, not entertaining the past nor the future, neither careening into craving nor aversion. You bring the breath and the mind down into the pelvis and the low belly. It's possible that your nervous system makes a shift into your parasympathetic nervous system, and you might feel or hear belly noises, like digestive noises, and that's okay. Now bring the knees back to center and take your legs up the wall. And this is a time where you might want to scoot slightly back from the wall to give yourself the space that you would need for your hips. Now it'll be person to person unique. And since I've had 2 hip replacements, I backed away from the wall. Let's place the right knee across the left thigh and then slide the left leg down the wall, whatever amount is actually comfortable for your right hip. The closer you are to the wall, the deeper the stretch is. And so each of us must modify to make it comfortable for the body. We're not here for torture. So breathe in through the nose, breathe out through your nose. Think of a word that might feel not so much like strength, which is from earlier, but more like a sanctuary kind of word. I like the words refuge or solace or homecoming, sanctuary, safety. What word might be suited for you in your hips and your pelvis? Slide the right leg back up on the wall. Let's change sides. So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Bend the right knee and place that foot on the wall. Look for the place where you feel like it's friendly enough for your left hip. It's appropriate for you. And consider again like a word, a synonym for yourself, a place that you might think of as sanctuary or like a place of safety or refuge. Slide your left leg back up on the wall and take the right leg up with it. Let the legs relax. If you're quite a distance from the wall right now and the knees hyperextend, then you could consider bending your knees. If the knees are not hyperextending and your legs are relaxed, go ahead and stay as you are. And then bring both knees down to your chest. Place your feet on the wall. And then walk your feet down to the right as the knees go down to the right. And place your feet against the baseboard. Stretch the left thigh as you twist your chest and heart to your left. You can put your right hand on your left knee for stability. Do your best to line the knees up so that they are stacked, which is going to ask of your pelvis for integrity, structural integrity. It's going to request from your spine, especially your upper back spine, the suppleness to twist to your left. And think of your word again for sanctuary or solace. Whatever word suits you. Rotate your head to center and let's raise both legs up. You can walk them up the wall and then bring both legs down to your left and place them against the baseboard there. You might put your right hand or left hand rather on your right knee and stack the two knees so that they have integrity for the pelvis. Rotate your chest and your heart to your right. Notice the rotation. We're requesting flexibility or suppleness in the spine and the upper back. Notice also that the breath comes down ideally into the pelvis and the lower belly. Your next exhale, release your pose, walk your feet and your legs back up to center and up the wall. Now, legs up the wall pose is actually a legitimate yoga pose. Sometimes we recommend that we do it with a little elevation for the hips. You've got an option here to be closer to the wall, a little more snug, and then pick up the hips and take one blanket to start under the back of the pelvis. And you want that blanket to support the back of the pelvis and the sacrum. So it's not going to go up into the lower back region so much as it's going to stop kind of at the back of your waistband. And then the arms can go out to the side. And if you'd like, you could take the other blanket and just place it over the abdomen. So it's kind of like a little bit of a weight there. Take your arms out into a T shape if you like, or you could put your hands on the lower belly for just kindness or consideration. Close the eyes. If you have an eye pillow, it's a great time to put your eye pillow on. Now our aim is to deeply relax, to really relax the mind and the senses, and to have a feeling that you could come back into this place of sanctuary or shelter that you would want to give yourself. Deeply relax between your eyebrows. Invite your forehead to be really smooth. Relax out over to the corners of your eyes and your temples. The eyes themselves to get heavy again. And for the back of the head to feel really restful against the ground. Your body is restoring even at the level of the glands and organs right now. So don't disturb the process by thinking or planning. The bridge of your nose down to your cheeks. Relax the muscles of your face. And imagine your cheeks are kind of relaxing towards your ears and your hairline on the sides of the head. Release your lower jaw so it drops away from your upper jaw. Your tongue to be really relaxed at the bottom of your mouth. Relax the weight of your throat, the muscles around the neck. Even though the neck will not reach the ground, just imagine the throat kind of dropping back into itself. So the words we've spoken, the activities we've done, those are at rest for right now. Shoulders and the arms to also get heavy like gravity. Limp with relaxation. Relax your heart now in the center of the chest. Give yourself permission to come home to the inner sanctuary or the place of solace or kindness inside. Deeply relax your stomach and the organs in the abdomen. Return your breath and your mind to the low belly, finding a place of nesting or homecoming there. Consider the possibility that your body is a place that you can come to for refuge and homecoming. Mind deeply, deeply relaxed. And trusting in all the functions of your body intelligence. Allow it to do its beautiful work for you right now. Slowly roll your head side to side. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. And if you put a blanket on the abdomen, you can put it aside. And roll down to one side. Return up to your seat in your own timing. Your seat. Come upright and comfortably support your hips and your pelvis. Rest your hands in your lap. Now these two categories for the qualities. One was about strength and the other about sanctuary. Let's see how those feel in the fabric of your body right now. Appreciate yourself for coming to class. You can join your hands to your heart. Thank yourself for the choices you made today that made it possible to be here. Even if there were also other choices that might have been less elegant or even a little bit sloppy. Just appreciate yourself for this right here, right now. Thank you very much. Namaste. Close our recording so we can have some personal time.